YouTubers, it's your girl Shannon from Tesla and Chill, and welcome to my deck. If you recognize this chair, you might have watched my last video about how owning a Tesla has changed my life. And yes, I did clean it up before I'm sitting in it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you definitely want to watch that video after this one. But I am definitely turning into a fan of upcycling things. This is really cool, a free chair that I really like. Well, I'm super excited you are watching this video today. Today I want to talk with you about a recent club that we just joined. Spoiler alert, it's for Tesla lovers. But I also want to share with you something cool that we just found out about. It's like geocaching, but for Teslas. So it's like Tesla catching, I think is what you would call it. But before we get into that, go ahead, take a hot second if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to drop us a like. And if you happen to find this video helpful or entertaining at all, we do appreciate you subscribing. It definitely is helping to grow our channel. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers very soon. We just surpassed 500 subscribers, so a big thank you to all of you for your support. Now, let's go back and let's talk about the club that we joined because it's really cool. Oh, and real quickly, we moved from Washington State to Washington, D.C. about like 2-ish months ago. And so while we were in D.C. when we first got here, I figured, well, I'll just check on Facebook, see if there's anything like Tesla related that we can go and check out. And lo and behold, the first thing that popped up was the Northern Virginia Tesla Owner Society. And to my luck again, they were having a meet like 4 days later. And of course we had to go, am I right? So this was like the meet. So it was actually a Tesla drive, and we drove from Leesburg, Virginia, like a Supercharger there, to a Supercharger in Frederick, Maryland. So it was about like an hour each way, but it wasn't too bad because I mean, like, it was a really pretty drive. But also, I think you're just like so excited to be around so many other like Teslas and Tesla owners. The time goes by really quickly, and it's just fun to be a part of like a Tesla train. So the drive was about an hour each way, and it was really cool because I think like almost 20 Teslas joined. So we got to meet a lot of cool like fellow Tesla lovers, and we got to see what they were doing with their Tesla, like how they personalized them and made them like really individualistic. So we all met, we like huddled up and kind of like did some last minute charging at the Leesburg charger, and then we all got in our car and like 20 Teslas were just driving down the highway. From my vantage point, like in the passenger seat in my Tesla, like looking in front of me, all I saw were Teslas. Behind me, all I saw were Teslas. It was really, really cool to see, and it was really cool to be a part of. I almost wish though I was in maybe like another vehicle in like another lane and just like watching all of these Teslas pass by. I think that would be really cool to see. So we roll up to the Supercharger in Leesburg, and there are a whole bunch of Teslas there. I think there were maybe like 20 or close to 20 by the time like the drive actually started. And it was really cool just to see how people like personalize their Teslas and put like their own individual take on it. There were two Teslas that really stood out to me. One was this Tesla right here, and it's actually by another YouTuber. I think his name is Cars and Kyle. Cars and Kyle. I'll put his thing down here. And he actually is wrapping his Tesla. It looks like two different cars, the way it's like split. But he said he cut out each individual wrap square himself and put it on. And I think he said like just the hood alone took like 10 hours. So that's crazy, but it looks really cool. The other really cool car was, I think it was a dip job. So like the Tesla was dipped in like this really pretty like metallic color, and it would change colors in the sun. I'm really wanting to do it myself to our Tesla, but we already plan to like maybe like black it out. We're still thinking about some things that we're gonna do. I'll have that in a future video for you. But this dipped car looked amazing. It was so sparkly, and the lady said I think she had it on there for like 1 or 2 years so far, and then she said when she's ready to change the color, it'll just peel off and she'll be able to dip it again. So that is really, really cool. And this lady also, I'm going to talk about her again in a second, but she also did these like masks. She makes them for the Rona, and then she like goes to different places, pops her frunk, and distributes free masks to people. So that is really, really cool. I can't think of like a better use for a frunk. Well, maybe I can think of like a few other uses for a frunk, but that's a really good one to distribute free masks to people. So we did the drive. It was really cool just to be a part of like a Tesla train, like to look in front of you and see like a whole bunch of Teslas, and then look behind you and see even more Teslas. It was really awesome. As cool as it was to like drive in this Tesla train, I almost think it would be cooler if you were in like another lane and you didn't know what was going on, but all of a sudden you saw like 20 Teslas pass you. Like, that would be crazy. Yeah, so really cool to be a part of. By the time we got to the Supercharger in Frederick, Maryland, I wish there was almost like something we could have done afterward, but I think maybe Corona kind of like, I don't know, messed things up. I don't know how they usually do their meets, but once we got to Frederick, Maryland, we were able to like kind of chat, talk about the drive. A lot of people split up and just grabbed lunch at different places. I think it would be cool if you could like all grab lunch together somewhere. I'm sure maybe we can coordinate that at some point. But we ended up just going to, I think, like BJ's Brew House, and we just got lunch there, and then we drove back. It was about an hour drive, but we did the drive back ourselves. We just kind of split up from there. Okay, so that's a really cool Tesla club that we've joined. We're really excited to be a part of it and to see like the next events that they have coming up. It looks like they do a lot of cool things, and it looks like they really like love taking care of their Teslas and taking care of the planet. I think they just had something like a few weeks ago where they went to a park and like picked up trash, and that's a really nice thing to do. But we didn't make it to that one. The next one. So I wanted to share with you something really cool. So the lady that has a really cool dipped car and gave out the free masks, she also does like this geocaching kind of thing, but with Teslas. So this is it right here. I know it just kind of looks like a Tesla keychain. I'll show you up close here. But it really is. It's just like a Tesla Hot Wheels car. But then she added this right here, this little QR code. So this is what she does. She takes these little Teslas, and I think she's got like a ton of them, and she just leaves them around superchargers. So you might find one like on top of your supercharger cord when maybe you're charging your car, or maybe on top of your Tesla. She puts them in like really easy to spot places. This one I think she put on the wall like right behind our car. That's how we found it. But basically each car has a name. So this one's name, and it's clever, is Artificial. Isn't that cute? Artificial. Yeah, so we found this car, and then there's like this little code on the back, and you can scan it and you can document everywhere this car has been. So you basically just, like any QR code, scan it with your phone, and then you can choose your car name. Every car has a different name, and then you can document where you found it. And then the next step for you, like, keep it for a little bit, but don't keep it forever, because you need to go and you need to drop it off at another supercharger. Like maybe if you know you're going on a trip somewhere and you're going to be at a supercharger that's different than the one you found it at, you can go and drop it off there, and then the next person can like continue the train. So their goal is to eventually have like a lot of cars go across the country and back to the East Coast. I think they're even hoping to have some cars go to Fremont, go to the factory. I just looked at some of where the other cars have been, and they've been all over the U.S. I think there are a lot in Virginia, of course, because that's where it started. But Maryland, let's see, Reno, Nevada, Washington State, holla. I saw some in California, Arizona, Michigan. So these babies are like making their way across the country slowly but surely. So if you find one, I'd love to hear about it. Drop it in the comments below. And don't forget to, of course, like do your documenting, scan it, drop it somewhere else. It's really cool that these are like kind of getting a lot of traction. I think it would be super cool if maybe like Elon found one of these. I think he'd probably like have to tweet about it so we would know he found it. But really cool, love this idea. Secretly, I did want to keep this car for a little bit. I didn't want to like share it because it's like such a cool idea and it's really cute. But no, that's not what we're gonna do. We are hopefully gonna plan a trip, maybe to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving, and we will leave this at a supercharger along the way there. We're gonna go see my grandma. So we will probably stop and drop this off. I hope maybe someone on this channel will find it. That would be really cool. And we can just like continue the documentation of Artificial. So if you found one of these Teslas, I would love to hear about it. I think it's a genius idea. But let me know in the comments below if you found one, where you found it, and where you dropped it off. That's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.